So for the last few years, I've uploaded this video where I tell you guys what all the badges do on NBA 2K23. Now obviously we do have a lot of returning badges, but there are a lot of new ones. And if you're confused about what they do, then this is the video for you. So I don't want to ramble on and on. I want to get right into the badges. But before I do, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or hit that like button or both. They help me out a ton going into 2K23. But alright, enough walking around and talking. We know what you're here for. Let's get into the badges. So the first category we're gonna get into is probably the most important badge category, shooting. Everyone loves to shoot. This is gonna be the first one I go into. You see, this is every badge in the game. And if you're on current gen, the badges are the exact same. You just don't have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 like next gen, but you have the same badges. All right, so let's get started, and we're gonna go from tier 3 all the way down to tier 1. So tier 3, obviously the most important badges in the game. They cost the most badge points. I mean, you see 5 to 8 badge points just to equip the badge. All right, so let's get started with Agent 3, a new badge this year. Now, before I get into it, I want you guys to read what it says. Improves ability to make pull-up or spin shots from 3-point range, right? But now look at Midi Magician. Boost the effectiveness of pull-ups, spin shots, and fadeaways. You guys see that? It says pull-ups, spin shots, and fadeaways for Midi, but Agent 3, it doesn't say fadeaway. So I don't think that this badge is gonna work when you're fading from 3. I think it's only pull-ups and spins and not fades, which thank you 2K. And I don't want to see anybody using this badge unless you're Ticino. And unless fadeaways work on it, unless you're Ticino, don't use this badge. Now the next 3 badges, Blinders, Deadeye, and Limitless, we've all seen in previous 2Ks. I'll just go over them real quick. Limitless makes you shoot from further. It's that simple. Deadeye makes it so if someone can test you, it's not going to have as much of an impact. And Blinders, just like Deadeye, except this isn't from in front of you, it's from the side. You see the peripheral vision just means from the side. So Blinders and Deadeye can go well together, but with them both being tier 3, I don't know if you're going to be able to equip both of them on next gen, because obviously you're going to want to go with Limitless range as well. Now let's get into the tier 2 badges, and there's only one new badge here in tier 2, and it's Amped. You see what it says? Reduces the penalty that fatigue has on a player and their ability to make shots. Very self-explanatory. The lower your stamina is, it's not going to impact you missing as much. Now, you're still going to have a slower jump shot, okay? If you run out of stamina or have lower stamina, your jump shot becomes slower. But Amped doesn't impact the speed, it'll just impact, you know, the green percentage, or the green window percentage, I guess is what I'm looking at here. And then these 3 badges, Catch and Shoot, Green Machine, and Space Creator, all returning from previous 2Ks. We know what these badges do, but I'll run over them really quickly. Catch and Shoot, gotta be the most simple one. Make so if you catch the ball off of a pass, you have a higher green window. Green Machine, if you consecutively hit 3s, your 3-point rating is gonna go up, making it easier to green. Probably gonna run this badge. And Space Creator. Now here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and act like this is the same Space Creator from the last few years, because I don't know. I think that this is only off of, like, you know, crazy moves, but I'm not 100% certain, and I don't want to lie to you guys and say this is what it does, this is what it does. We're only on day 1, and this is a new, you know, description of Space Creator, so we'll see what it does. I don't think it's going to be that strong of a badge, but we'll see. And now we get to the tier 1 badges. You're probably going to equip a few of these just to be able to get your tier 3 badges. So you see what it says on Claymore. Increases the ability to knock down perimeter shots when spotting up patiently. I'm pretty sure this just means if you're standing still in the corner, not moving, that you're going to have a higher chance. But I feel like there's no point in using Claymore when Catch and Shoot exists. I know this is tier 2, but I would just rather use Catch and Shoot than Claymore. Clutch Shooter, another returning badge. We know what this does. If the score is like, if you have like 19 points, you're going for a game winner, or right there, the final moment of the 4th quarter, or Pro-Am, or whatever, you're gonna get a larger boost on your shot. Comeback Kid. Now this is a new badge and very self-explanatory. When you're losing, you are going to get higher ratings for your mid-range and 3-point. It could be a good badge, but let's be honest, none of us are planning to like be losing a game, so I don't know how effective it can really be. Corner Specialist, one of the oldest badges in 2K. It's been in the game for as long as I remember. Just makes you shoot better from the corner. Volume Shooter, same thing as Corner Specialist, been in the game forever, and it just makes it so the more shots you take, the higher chance you have of making your shots. The more shots you take, the better your rating gets. Slippery Off Ball. Now this badge, look at, they updated what it says. When attempting to get open off screens, the player more effectively navigates through traffic. Now, it never said open off screens, so I don't know if this badge is only gonna work when running around off-ball screens, but it's entirely possible, and we don't know the strength of this badge yet. It could be good, but it could also be complete trash. Midi Magician, basically the Agent 3, but for mid-ranges, right? It's Agent 3, but for mid-ranges, makes it so pull-ups, spin shots, fades, anything of any version of that is just gonna be better from the mid-range. If you're a shot creator, this badge is for you. And then the last one for shooting, Guard Up, increases the ability to make jump shots when defenders fail to properly contest. I would think this would be a good badge for like lower 3-point players, but it just, if you're wide open, it's gonna give you a higher chance to make the shot. But if you already have a high 3-pointer, I feel like this badge is gonna be useless because you're gonna hit the shot anyway. And that's it for shooting badges. You guys see there's a few returning, but also a lot of new badges. And let's get into the next category. Let's get into the playmaking badges. So now let's talk about the playmaking badge category. And we're gonna get started with Mismatch Expert. If you guys remember 2K22, this was actually a shooting badge and made it so you could shoot over taller defenders, completely overpowered. This year, they switch it to a playmaking badge, and you see improves the player's ability to beat taller defenders off the dribble. So if someone taller is on you and you're a shorter guard, this badge could make you bump by them. It could make you get a faster speed boost by them. It could be an effective badge, but as a tier 3 badge, it's just gonna be super expensive, and I don't know how worth it it's gonna be. Now, Killer Combos is literally just Quick Chain. Quick Chain from 2K22 is now Killer Combos in 2K23. Now, it could be a good badge, just like Mismatch Expert. It really just depends how well 2K, balanced it out. If it makes so you lose less stamina when you dribble faster. We don't know exactly how effective it is yet, but it could be a really important badge to have on. I think I'm gonna end up running this badge, and I think you should too, especially if you're a short point guard that's going to dribble. And then probably the most important, or one of the most important playmaking badges, Handles for Days. We know what this badge does, just makes so you lose stamina slower. Very important this year with how fast you actually lose your stamina. And then Clamp Breaker. If you guys have played 2K23, you guys know the bump animation on defense is kind of crazy. But this makes it so that when they do bump you, that it's not going to be as effective. And that's going to be really, really strong. But just the fact that it's a tier 3 badge, it's just so expensive that I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. And 2K tried being sneaky, putting Bailout in tier 2. It's smart because I used to use 1 badge point for Bronze Bailout, but now this year, you need to use at least 3 badge points for Bronze Bailout. It'll just make it so that you're not gonna throw passes out of bounds. If you go up for a shot, you try passing out of it. It's just that simple. And Hyperdrive. Now, people have been asking me about this badge a lot. It was in 22. This badge is if you're going downhill, if you're running downhill, right? If you ISO at the 3-point line and you try driving by them, I don't think Hyperdrive is really gonna be that effective. I feel like this is more of a, if you catch the ball at half court and you're sprinting down court, it's gonna make you move faster. Could be good, but tier 2 is just like every other playmaking badge in tier 2 and 3 is just so expensive, and there's so many good playmaking badges. And then just like Handles for Days, this is probably the other most important playmaking badge. Quick First Step, we know what it does. Makes so when you do a size up, you just go faster, and it's literally that simple. And then Unpluckable, we know what this does. It makes so you do not get ripped as much. Super important because there's going to be a lot of people with high steal this year. And next is Vice Grip. This is basically only for centers. You grab a rebound, they're not gonna rip you as easily. It's that simple. Floor General and Dimer, I'm gonna cover these both at the same time because they've been in the past 3 or 4 2Ks. Dimer, you pass the ball to a teammate, they have a higher chance of hitting it. Floor General, whatever tier you have it on, their attributes will go up 1 for bronze, 2 for silver, 3 for gold, and 4 for Hall of Fame. Very, very strong badge. And then Special Delivery is actually different this year. They kind of combined it into 2 badges. It's now Lob City Passer and Old Special Delivery. So there's no more Lob City Passer. If you throw lobs, if you're going for my badges in my career, Special Delivery is definitely a badge you should have on. Post Playmaker, I'm not helping you post scores out. Needle Threader makes it so when somebody goes for a steal, let's say if you have Gold Needle Threader, sometimes the ball's gonna go through their hands. Could be important, especially because you're just gonna need to put badge points on to unlock your tier 3 badges. Ankle Breaker, we know what this badge does. One of everybody's favorite badges in 2K history. but it makes me think, why is Ankle Breaker only a tier 1 badge? I hope they made it so you can actually break ankles this year, and if you can, it being a tier 1 badge only costing 4 badge points for Hall of Fame, it could be glitchy. And then lastly, Break Starter. You're a center, you grab the rebound, you throw it down court, and it makes it more accurate. It's that simple. So that's it. That is it for the playmaking badges. Let's get into the finishing. And for the finishing badges, we're gonna start off with maybe one of the best badges this year and a new badge, Bully. Now you need like 90 strength for this badge on Hall of Fame, but from what I've seen, this badge is going to be absolutely crazy. It literally makes it so you just get blow-bys on people. Somebody could be playing perfect defense, and if you have Bully and you run in a straight line, if they're smaller than you, you can run through them. I see this badge being a problem this year. Limitless Takeoff. Now with Posterizer, I would say these are the best finishing badges. Obviously, we don't know Bully how effective it could be, even though it's looking strong. Limitless Takeoff makes so you can dunk from further. Super important badge. It's a must-have if you want to be a really good finisher. And then Posterizer, one of those classic badges in 2K, makes so you can dunk on people's heads. It's literally that simple. Slithery, not Slithery Finisher anymore, but it's literally the same thing as Slithery Finisher. You'll avoid contact when going to the rim, when normally you would get contact. It's always been a really strong finishing badge, and I don't see anything changing this year. Just with it being tier 3 with these 3 badges, I don't know if you're going to be able to fit it in a build. Pro Touch. This has been a badge that's been in the last few 2Ks, and it just makes it so if you time your layup better, it's going to give it an extra little boost. That's it. Fearless Finisher. Now, Fearless Finisher and Pro Touch can be a really good combo, because this makes so if you time your layups better that they're going to go in, and this makes it so if you absorb contact, it'll have a higher, not a higher chance, but it gives you a higher chance of making it if you absorb contact because of this badge. So combining these two could be really strong. And Fast Twitch, this is for centers. If you get the ball down low, you get a rebound, just make so you get a faster dunk animation when you go back up with it. Acrobat. This could be a good badge this year. We don't yet know the strength of hop steps and euro steps this year. We know they were strong in previous 2Ks. So if those are actually strong, I could see Acrobat being a really, really good badge this year. And Giant Slayer, probably the best tier 1 badge in the game. If you're smaller, it just makes it so you're doing better against taller defenders when you go up in the paint. You see Masher, improves the player's ability to finish well up around the rim, especially over smaller defenders. Another new badge this year. I originally thought this was only going to be for centers that just want to, as you see it what the badge is called, mash in the paint, catch the ball and go up. But this might actually work if you're driving on a smaller defender and you get like a contested layup animation. It could work. This could be a really sneaky, strong badge this year. And Post Spin Technician, if you're a post scorer, I ain't helping you out. And Rise Up, this could be a really good badge comboed with Posterizer. You see, increases the likelihood of dunking or posterizing your opponent when standing in the painted area. So this is like Posterizer, but not when you're running, just when you're standing still. So for centers mainly, not for guards. Drop Stepper, Dream Shake, and Back Down Punisher. If you're a post scorer, I'm not helping you. And then Aerial Wizard, literally just Lob City Finisher, but is now called Aerial Wizard, and it also works for putbacks off of rebounds. So it's basically 2 badges put into one, Lob City Finisher, and I forget what, oh yeah, Putback King. This is Putback King and Lob City Finisher put into one badge. Could be strong, we don't know. And that's it for the finishing badges. Let's get into the last badge category of this video, the defense and rebounding badges. So the first one we're gonna go over is a new badge, Challenger. Improves effectiveness of well-timed contests against perimeter shooters. I don't know if this means that you're gonna contest from further away. I don't think that's what it means. I think it just means it improves the effectiveness. But I honestly think that if you contest someone's jump shot, unless, people start greening like 20%, they're gonna miss anyway. I don't know how effective this could be. We're just gonna have to see. Clamps, the most must-have defensive badge in the game. Gives you better bump animations and just makes your defense better. Everyone knows Clamps will always be most likely the best defensive badge in the game. Glove, it says it right there, increases the ability to successfully steal from ball handlers, basically pickpocket, lets you steal a ball easier. And then Interceptor makes it so you can absolutely read passing lanes. Well, it's not going to let you read the passing lanes. It's going to make you get the steals in the passing lanes more effectively if you actually read them. So if you have really high defensive IQ, Interceptor could be a strong badge for you. Workhorse makes so you just go faster. If there's a loose ball, your player's going to be faster running towards it and probably get better dive animations. I don't know how strong it could be. I'm personally not going to run it, but you can if you want. Pick Dodger, been in the game for years. Literally just make it so you can get through screens faster. And I didn't even see this. At the Hall of Fame level, can blow up screens in the Parker Blacktop. I didn't even see that till now, and that might be game changing right there. Menace, a really strong badge. When you're guarding somebody, their attributes will drop if you're actually playing good defense. If you're bumping somebody and you're in front of them, their attributes will drop. Ankle braces, if you're not trying to get your ankle snatched, if you're trying to stay on your feet, you might have to run this badge, because ankle breaker being only a tier 1 badge, I see a lot of people using that on Hall of Fame. And then a lot of these badges are very self-explanatory in tier 1. Rebound chaser, make it so you just grab rebounds better. Post lockdown, make so post scorers will not be as effective against you. Obviously a strong badge against them, but how useful is it really going to be, because how many post scorers you're going to go against. Pogo stick makes it so that you can jump way faster than normal. You can spam Y or triangle, whatever console you're on. I know this badge was super OP in 2K20. I don't know how OP it's going to be this year. Off-ball pest just makes it so that you can actually bump people when they're not on the ball. If you're going to get the sharp that's just trying to run around, off-ball pest, you can literally bump them the entire time. This could be a really strong badge, especially being in tier 1. Anchor basically is rim protector. If you guys remember that badge, makes so you can block shots and protect the rim at a high level. Box out beast literally just makes your box out stronger so you will not get wormed as much. This is going to be a super important badge if you don't want to get horsed. Brick wall, one of the oldest badges in 2K history. You set big body screens with this badge. It's that simple. And then the last one, chase down artist, lets you chase down people. But I heard, and from my experience, chase downs are not good this year, so I don't think this badge is going to be very effective. So that's it. That is all the badges on NBA 2K23. If this video did help any of you guys out, please do not hesitate to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. You guys know both help me out a ton. I feel like we're in for a great year of 2K. This game looks really, really fun. I hope you guys stick with me throughout this year. But that's going to wrap up this video. And if you guys did enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.